Daybreak is a 10 out of 10. One of the best maps in the workshop. I genuinely struggle to find issues with it even when I try. This is weird. Usually I would talk about the problems a campaign has, but I just simply can't with this map. It has so few problems, and yet it does everything so incredibly well. Now obviously, it's not a perfect map. I mean, no map is. It's just that Daybreak is a really good map, especially when you compare it to other custom campaigns. The biggest highlight of this map definitely has to be the presentation. It's been a long time since I played a map that looks this good. I thought Chernobyl looked good, but this map is on a whole other level. When I got to this part in chapter 3, I honestly just had to stop for a second and take in just how amazing this looks.
God damn!
Honestly, I would give this map a free point just for visuals. My
There is a lot of attention to detail in this map. In chapter 2, for example, you have to deal with an infinite horde right before the safe house, so you're killing a lot of zombies. And then in chapter 3, when you look down at where you were, you'll see a lot of dead bodies. That's just good attention to detail.
Coach!
By the way, have you seen the vehicles in this map? Some of these cars are very detailed. I mean, very detailed. Either the map creator loves cars, or maybe that's just a San Francisco thing. Yeah, this map takes place in San Francisco, so there are many memorable landmarks you might recognize, such as the Golden Gate Bridge, the Palace of Fine Arts, and even Alcatraz Island. I'm getting Mob of the Dead flashbacks. The ambition is just on point. I'm not really sure how the map creator got this campaign to look this good on the Source engine. It's honestly breathtaking.
Rochelle!
Okay. But unfortunately, there is a catch. Just like Chernobyl, people seem to be having a lot of technical issues from this. Crashing, low frame rate, lag, audio bugging out, sounding like this.
Shut up! Shut up!
and you crash. It's like I alt F4.
So the only problems Daybreak has are all technical. Technical difficulties are serious problems, and the map creator should definitely fix it for these people, because they shouldn't be left out from playing this campaign. Daybreak version 2 supposedly has less crashes and runs a bit better. I'll put both maps in the description so you can try them both and see which one works better. It's honestly really hard to complain about stuff like this when none of these issues happened to me. From my personal experience, the map was smooth the whole way through, so the presentation, without a shadow of a doubt, is one of, if not the best part of the whole map. The map looks so good that it's gotta be among the top 5 best looking maps in the workshop. And you know what the best part is? This campaign still would have been great even without the excellent visuals, because the level design is also just fantastic. It makes it a very fun campaign to play because there won't be any moments of frustration. Not really. The map makes it clear where to go, with an abundance of arrows pointing you in the right direction. Exploring is often rewarded with items and supplies. Sometimes the path splits and you can go in 2 different directions, with one direction being faster but having less items, and the other direction giving you more items but being a bit slower. The map also gives you the option to go back and explore the other pathway you missed in case you wanted even more items, if you needed it. It's just good level design, man. All of the chapters have at least one event, so you're not just going through a level, you're also blowing up a barricade, using a forklift to clear a path forward, going through a crescendo event on a bridge. It's not creative, but the map has a lot of variety with its level design. Every chapter is about 8 to 9 minutes long, so if you ever play Versus on this map, the infected might actually have a chance because of the longer levels. There is no padding, nothing overstays its welcome. The map just flows seemingly while impressing you with its visuals. Chapters 3 and 4 take place almost exclusively on the Golden Gate Bridge, so you'll be going in a single direction most of the time. But the map keeps it interesting with its level design. You're going across a destroyed, battered, and vehicle-filled bridge, while jets fly by and bomb it. It just never gets boring. When it comes to difficulty and challenge, the map strikes a good balance. It's not too easy, nor is it too hard. When there is an infinite horde, the map supplies you with grenades. When there is a crescendo event, the map supplies you with ammo. There will never be a moment where you'll be underprepared for any event. Even on expert realism, the map is balanced, and therefore it's very accessible. From a level design standpoint, this map is definitely up there, and there's another reason why I gave this map. You want to talk accessibility? This is one of the most accessible maps in the workshop. Anyone can play this campaign. If you enjoy playing Expert, this map works. If you enjoy playing Mutations, this map also works. Oh, you like Versus? Well, this map has that too, and its level design accommodates it. People who enjoy playing solo will not be disappointed because bots are perfectly functional in this map. They won't be falling off ladders. They won't have to do any parkour.
I'm down!
And they won't really get stuck anywhere, for the most part. Even without a bot add-on, the level design is extremely bot friendly. You like playing Scavenge? Bam! 4 Scavenge maps that are honestly not bad. You like holding out against endless waves of infected? Another 4 survival maps, which are also pretty good. The Alcatraz map literally has custom dialogue. That's pretty good, despite it being a small thing. It's just the fact that it's even there is amazing. Oh, you like playing with 8 survivors? Oh, don't you worry. The map works with that as well. I mean, come on, man. How can this not be one of the most accessible maps in the workshop? Oh. Right. Well, at least you have version 2 of the map. Most custom maps don't have this amount of care put into them.
And another thing?
Custom maps don't need to be in all of these game modes. If the map itself is good, that's all I need. I won't judge a map negatively just because it's not available in Versus or Survival. But when the map creator goes above and beyond and makes his campaign available to all of these game modes, that deserves recognition and praise. The map creator is like checking off all the boxes while still keeping the player interested with the map's great level design and impressive visuals. Though the map is prone to crashing, and although it never happened to me, I know it happened to a lot of other people. It's actually a tragedy that so many people have this issue, but from my point of view, this campaign is one of the most accessible in the workshop.
And now for something completely different.
Now look, I've never been to San Francisco, but if I had, I'd be so immersed while playing, more than I already am. The campaign has fantastic visuals, but when you're actually playing it, it really feels like you're moving from place to place in San Francisco, fighting the infected, while going through all of these iconic landmarks. From the very beginning of the map, you could see the Golden Gate Bridge all the way out in the distance, and then as the campaign goes on, you get closer and closer until you actually get there. I love it when maps do stuff like this. This is the type of stuff that gives you a sense of progression. The Parish did it, Half-Life 2 did it with the Citadel, and Black Mesa did it in Zen with Nihilant's Chamber. It is really immersive, and something more custom maps should think about doing. If that wasn't enough, you've got a surprising amount of dialogue in this campaign. The survivors have conversations.
You ever eat horse? It's tasty.
They comment about their observations, and they react to stuff happening in the world around them.
Stop bombing us!
Hey Nick, they can't hear you because they're in jet planes.
Yeah, thanks, Ellis.
The characters feel more real than they already do. The map also has a day and night cycle, providing even more immersion, showing you that time is actually passing by as you play through the campaign. If that somehow isn't enough to immerse you, there is also a plethora of graffiti on the walls, showing you that there were a lot of survivors in the city. It's world building. It's immersive. Many of them are foreshadowing events that happen later on in the campaign. And they aren't just in the safe room either. You could find a lot of them outside as well. Yeah, definitely one of the most immersive maps in the workshop. Though some people say that the new car models clash with the Left 4 Dead 2 art style, and I just don't see what they're talking about. These cars look great, man. The ambition on display is remarkable. It actually makes this a better map. In some cases though, ambition can lead to a lot of problems. Buried Deep is a pretty good example of this. That map is very ambitious, but I think it went a little too far with the holdout sections, and each one lasted too long, but I appreciated the ambition behind that map, and overall, I think it was better because it had that ambition. Most custom maps don't have that, and that results in them being quite boring in most cases. In Daybreak's case, this campaign has a lot of ambition optimization that actually pays off. There is hardly anything for me to complain about in this map. Normally, I would look for things to improve upon, but in this case, I'd have to try really hard to find things this map could have done better. I guess the optimization could have been better, but there was already a lightweight version of the map in the workshop, so that's not really necessary to improve upon. I haven't even talked about the secrets and Easter eggs in this map. No map creator has to do this. But this guy actually made a whole quest line. You can find a gnome in chapter 1 and take it to these rooms with red doors. You'll find a bunch of gnomes and supplies, laser sights, magnums, and AK-47s, so this is something that is actually worth doing. Though you should avoid interacting with whatever drugs these gnomes want you to do. You don't get anything for pressing E on them, besides your character becoming trippy and hearing music in their heads. This effect doesn't last forever, but it does last a long time, long enough that you'll probably beat the level before the effect expires. The only one that is worth doing is in chapter 3 because you get a speed boost, and if you collect all of the coins that spawn in, a bridge will appear which will allow you to skip the whole forklift event. If you've managed to hold on to the gnome up until chapter 4, you can enter a portal which brings you to an arena, and then you unlock a flamethrower that you can use for the rest of the campaign. It's actually very useful, but its use is limited because you get this at the end of chapter 4. But there is a way to get this weapon at the beginning of chapter 1. Another hidden room can be found, and there are flamethrowers in here, but it's locked behind a keypad. Doing the event in the arena revealed a code, which is 7691, and there you have it. The flamethrower can now be used for the whole campaign. The crazy part about all of this is that it's all completely optional, yet so much effort was put into it. And I love the fact that the map rewards you for doing all of this. A worthwhile reward too. Finally, this whole questline ends with the finale having a bunch of gnomes come and attack you instead of infected. Custom maps don't have to do this, but this one does, and because of that, the map is just better. I said it before, and I'll say it again, the ambition is on point. How can I not give this map a 10? It has ambition, style, immersion, accessibility, good level design, interesting set pieces, amazing visuals, and all in all, it's fun. Everything in this map is well made and polished. This is the kind of map that I would use as a bar for other custom maps. A 10 out of 10 doesn't mean the map is perfect. There are some flaws in there if you could find them. I guess the finale was a little underwhelming. Going into Alcatraz is cool and all, but you don't really do much in there besides opening the cell gates and pouring gas cans into a generator. But looking at this as a flaw is really pushing it. There's nothing wrong with this chapter. It's just not as great as the other levels, but that doesn't mean it's not good itself. Daybreak is a masterpiece. It does almost everything right and rivals Valve's campaigns. If it wasn't for the technical issues, I think this map would be worthy of being in the game officially. But it's probably for the best if this map remained a masterfully crafted custom campaign. I love Daybreak, and it's a must play for anyone who plays Left 4 Dead 2 on PC. Now do me a favor and play the map if you haven't already.